Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Wreck It with Epics here in another episode and kind of give you an update of how things are going. So, first things first, let's show you the roster. Here's what I've been working on. I did get Iona to 60. I did get Idol to 60. Now I'm trying to push the promotion rate so I can actually promote their last star here and get the extra stars. So I'm going to stay here just to kind of finish up with the roster. Esme's still at 50. I have not 6-starred her yet. Adeline is still at 50. Mary is still at 50. And I have Nisol now at 50. Baron is still at 40. And Lily is at 50. Now, the last time that I met with you all regarding this, I said I was going to go get Komodo so he could help me push AMR. And that's what I did. And he is now at 50. So at least I have a fighter at 50 to try to help me with that content. In terms of summoning, I was able to get a couple of new ones. We did get Nabras into the account, so at least I have one copy of him. If you want any more and awaken him, I can get him through Fusion. I think you all saw Anne. I don't know if I remember if Theowen was in the account the last time that I updated you all, but we have a copy of him so we can work on him. I was telling you all that I might have to go get Livian. No, not really. She just came into the account. I've been summoning as soon as I get the crystals. I wasn't waiting for anything because I really wanted to start getting this epic team coming in. Kalina, she might be actually useful, I think, with the Guild Boss, but we'll see if it's going to be something that I want to invest right away and get her going. But I don't have an Esotericist Lord yet, so I don't think that that's going to come into play just yet. Finally, we add another healer. We finally have Madan. Now we're just waiting on Vortex to come in. We do have another fighter in Borath. This is somebody I am going to level because he can take care of the minions on the side in AMR, so that he can be useful for. He will be great progression hero for AMR in trying to conquer that particular stage. I think that Soleil was in the account, and I think I showed Brunner summon on the last video. When I did get him, he has an AoE damage, so he's kind of like Cratch in a sense, right? But he can come in handy in some situations, and so I use him in my Forerunner account, especially for the Shadowkeeper stages because of his AoE. So definitely, I'm gonna invest in him eventually and get him going. He is one of these underappreciated heroes, and I think that he does come in handy. As long, of course, sometimes if I have the Lord to go with them. But right now, I don't have a Soldi. I have not been able to summon any Lord heroes as other people have. So that's kind of the roster composition going on. If you're curious about the promotion rates, I've been trying to push these as much as I can. Of course, with the Volca storyline, we had to push in the 13s. Now it's just up to me to try to take the time to push into Extreme 1, if at all possible, and Extreme 2, so we can start getting better drops on the Mythic Extract. Mage, same thing. I think I got it up to 14. Endurance, we are up to 13, going into 14. And of course, the one that usually is the hardest early on because you don't get as many fighters is this one. So for the Vocal Quest storyline, I was able to beat it. Not 3 stars, so I have to finish that. Make sure that I can farm this and try to get some mythic extras, especially if I need melee insignias. So that's where we are with that one. And resource rate, yeah, we're in stage 7, so we're going to take advantage of this as much as we can. I think that when we go to 8, the food drop rate decreases a little bit. Of course, we get more experience, but I'm going to try to see if I can progress into chapter 9 to get this unlocked. But very early on, I wouldn't suggest people to start pushing it into 8 just yet, unless you're a heavy spender. Right? If you're going to do free to play, and in my situation, I'm only using epics, I need the fodder. So I'm going to stay on 7 for a while to try to level things up. Let me update you here on the gear raid one. I do have to push this. Now that I have Iona at 60, I am going to try this. In fact, we could probably do it in this video if you wanted to. And for this one here, I did do 10, so at least I'm in the red. And in gear raid 3, I did push to 10. At least I'm in the red. A lot of this has to do with the Volca storyline. Keep that in mind, though. So I'm going to see if I can push here in this one. Now, let's see because she is at 60. Most of the other roster, though, most of the other counterparts that you see here have not been leveled as much as they should have. Would Nobras help at 40? That's my question. Probably better than Asrin, to be honest. So we could try that. I know it says danger, but let's try it. So we're going to try this. It could be a catastrophe, but that's part of the learning experience of trying to do this, right? So let's do that. And I am going to set things up with her. So maybe I should put her here in case they do break the wall in the beginning. Let's power up with her, and I'm going to protect her with Lily. All right, so things are going to be a little bit hairy, I can already tell. Let me, I'm going to try to bring in Mary here, because we're going to need the vulnerability if at all possible. I am going to do Esme, Poisons. Man, I don't know if Nabras is going to be thick enough to do this, but we can give him a chance. Okay, let's try this, and let's try this. Here come the rest. Here comes the rest of the party to join in. Yeah, they're gonna break through the first wall. There's no question in that. Okay, let's slow this down a little bit. Now, who do I want to bring in here? Do I want to bring... I don't think Voltus will do too much, actually. But we can try. Whoops. Didn't see the missiles. Okay, I'm not getting enough healing here. No, we can't lose her. We cannot lose her. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the revival went into... The revive went into Mary. Okay. This is not going to look promising, at least. I don't think... I might have to bring in some more firepower, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to need more mages. And Dolores is not regenerating fast enough, unfortunately. Okay, let's rev this up a little bit more. Okay, let's freeze a little. And no, that boss is going to hit hard, man. No, I'm getting overcrowded here. We are not quite ready for this yet unless we get some help. Because I'm not seeing a whole lot of damage going on in here. We might need to boost the attack on Iona a little bit. I'm seeing those red bars decrease as much as they should. Might need to bring in a little more firepower, that's for sure. Now Dolores is at 50. I gotta let this loose. No, they got the wall already. All right. Okay, so we'll work on that, and that's fine. At least I have a general sense of what I need to do. So maybe it's a little bit on the timings as well. I'll look at Dolores a little bit more carefully and see if I can fix her gear. I do have her already awakened once, which helps. But I just think that I need to work. It looked to me, a lot of it might be timing and I think I might have to even work on her build a little bit more so she stays in sync with Iona. I think that that's a lot of it. There is no rage region in her build, and I'm still have her into attack flat, which I think, giving her base, it might be better to have her in attack flat still. But I might have to consider bringing her to 50 so she can actually help me with GR1. I think that that's probably what I'm going to do now that I'm thinking about it, if I do want to push GR1. In terms of the quest line, I don't know if I showed you all, I'm still here in campaign to have to clear expert, the first stage of expert, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, for part of this, one of the stages that I had to clear, and I know that it gives some beginners fits, is in this campaign here, in chapter 514, yes. So what I'm going to do, because I do think that I recorded it, if you want to see that, then I'm going to put that right here, right now, and then you can watch how I cleared it, because one of the conditions for this stage is that nobody can die. And that can be complicated, especially if LON is healing everybody. So let's insert that here, and then we'll be back on the back end of that. The only other thing that to update you on is that I am hitting Nightmare 1 on the Dragon. I'm at 522. Hopefully I can do one try today, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Here's the roster that I'm working with right now. Of course, I did bring in some new heroes, so we're going to try something out to try to see if I can push that a little bit. I do believe that I did make him at 50, and I have to improve his gear a little bit to make sure that he sustains the battle a little bit long. The problem that I'm having right now is that after I break the third shield, he is slamming us a little bit harder, so I do have to make sure that some of these heroes have a little bit more HP. I did add a little bit more HP to Mary. That was one of the key additions that I did. I tried to bulk her up a little bit because of vulnerabilities that do come very, very big in that. And I'm using these two as lords, essentially. So this is the roster that I'm trying to push that content with. And I'm still using two healers because Lily's still kind of having a little bit of problem keeping everybody healed. So that's what I have to contend with, and I don't have Hollow yet, so that's another thing that we need to compensate for. Unfortunately, I don't have Laurel yet, so I can't do any boosting. So it's a lot of stuff that we have to manage with right now with the account. So I'll do it. That's my update. I will update it on the website. I will see you all next time on Wreck It with Epics. And as always, feel free to comment below, ask any questions, and do please remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out.